Oh, hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me on my ride today. It's currently -4 Celsius, windy, and as you can see, maybe, it has recently snowed. Not a lot. And the paths are not cleared very well. They're just barely usable. Of course, the car roads are pristine. So let me get past some craziness here, and then we'll chat. Good God. Anyway, what time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm on my way to Best Buy. I have to go pick up an order for my wife, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to record a winter video to assess the situation in Carmel. So I can't go straight here on the multi-use path because they have not cleared it yet. So I'm gonna have to try to go a different way. Let's do that. We got a little bit of a ride ahead of us, and this weather's not so beautiful. Man. It's not the cold that sucks, it's not the snow that sucks, it's the wind. It's always the wind. And I'm not cold. I mean, the rest of my body, I have proper layers on. But since I just started the ride, my face is not acclimated yet. I got to pay extra attention here because I'm going downhill and I only have one studded tire. That was on purpose. If I remember, I'll tell you about that later. Oh, so now we're on the Monon. And the wind has calmed down significantly. Oh, that's great. I gotta turn this around to see if my mic is still there. Okay. I had a horrible time trying to get this mic to stay in its little clip. Spent almost 10 minutes putting it on, it would fall off. Putting it back on, it would fall off. But nevertheless, here we are. So, once again, we're on our way to Best Buy to do a curbside pickup of one of those Apple Air trackers. Have you heard of those? So my wife has an iPhone for work. Otherwise, we don't have any other Apple phones. But she has to travel a lot for work, always via airplane. And she's already had a few lovely experiences with her luggage being lost and late, and she wants a little bit more control on keeping track of where it is. So these Apple Air trackers are really, really great for that. Just stick it in your suitcase, and because it operates off of iPhones, which so many people have, you can find out where it is, where your tracker is, whatever it's on, in real time at almost any time. So she's gonna pop one in her luggage for her next trip next week and see how it works out. And there's obviously tons of uses for them. I've heard of people putting them, hiding them on their bikes, keep them on their keychain, other things like that. But anyway, that's why we were taking this ride. We're going to go pick that up, and there's no car necessary for such a small trip. Well, it's not exactly a short trip, but what I'm hauling is not worthy of a car. And how else would I make this video? Hey, jerk. Oh, wow, they had their cell phone in their hand as they drove through Carmel's downtown. Carmel representatives, I hope you're seeing this video and hope you're aware of just how prevalent that is. Turn the camera around as soon as I cross here. And cross these two walking. Okay. Here we go. So I also mentioned earlier that I only have one studded tire. This year I decided to only put a studded tire on the front rather than both wheels. One, because I'm cheap and I didn't want to pay to have the studded tire put on the rear wheel. And two, I just wanted to experiment and see how it would go. And so far it's not bad, but we also have not had much of a winter. What you're seeing right now is basically the peak of the winter weather we've had so far here in central Indiana, which is always, in my opinion, mild to begin with, but certainly expected it to be colder and have more snow, but you know, changing climate and all. Anyway, so the one studded tire is working fine, especially on the box seats up front where, you know, the front tire is most of your control and needs most of the grip for turning. Works well for me. I've heard plenty of people actually do that as well. And again, it's all dependent on where you are, the context in which you ride, the maintenance, the type of winter precipitation you get. But maybe it can work for you. I lived in Minnesota for quite a while. I rode up there for a few winters, and I never had studded tires on my work cycles freight. But most of my riding conditions were snowpack and not much ice, and it was always cold, always frozen. Snow. So snow is very grippy. Snow, you don't slide around or fall down that much on your bike in snow. But with ice, it's another story. And here along this latitude, we have more ice, hence why I bought studded tires. So we've had a shift in temperatures which took a bunch of wet, heavy snow, melted some of it, and then the temperature dropped, and now everything's frozen hard, and we've got big ice clumps. And right now we're on a detour. Normally we would still be on the Monon for almost the entirety of the ride, but they've been doing tons of construction all over the Monon Trail for over a year now and sending people on detours. I don't know why they just don't speed it up. Anytime there's construction on car infrastructure, they always hurry to get it done. But when it comes to bike and pedestrian infrastructure, they just don't give a they let it carry on for, well, far too long. All right. Gotta get turned here. Just going slow, being controlled. I don't want to go down. So some of you might be wondering if I'm cold. I'm not. My face is acclimated now to the chilliness. And I have on some winter boots, some wool socks. You know those air-activated warmers for hands and feet that, stay warm for 6-8 hours or something. I have some of those attached to my socks to keep my feet warm. And then moving up, I have on my thicker pair of long underwear, and then a pair of jeans, t-shirt, a hoodie, specifically a Not Just Bikes hoodie. Hey, Jason. And then this Patagonia coat, hat, scarf, gloves. Oh, and then I have those hand warmers tucked inside of my gloves as well. Oh, they're out doing winter maintenance. Thanks, guys, gals, people, whatever. Oh, he was too busy talking on his phone to wave, so whatever. So we're back on the Monon now. Rails to trails. Once upon a time, the Monon Railroad ran through here. Oh, I know what else I wanted to talk about. Since this is a one-man podcast, I guess. Wanted to tell you guys how my feeling on bikes and how this kind of came to be. So, I don't love bikes to love bikes. I have no particular interest in bikes. I don't like sports bikes. I don't have a very narrow field of bikes that I like. And hey, don't everybody jump on me. If you like racing bikes, you like mountain bikes, you like BMX bikes, good for you. But that's your thing, not mine. And it doesn't have to be mine. And my thing doesn't have to be yours. But I'm particularly interested in Dutch bikes, so Fietsen, and then mainly, particularly cargo bikes, and electric cargo bikes. So what I like most is the utilitarian value of them. And my background is in, spent much of my life farming and working in agriculture, driving big trucks, diesel trucks, combines, tractors, backhoes, everything, semis. And I've always liked big vehicles and vehicles that can accomplish something utilitarian. So when I had my first exposure to the Netherlands in 2017, which changed a lot about me, I was particularly drawn to how something that I thought could never work actually works, which is city design that enables walking and public transit and bikes. I'd just never seen it, and my closed mind at the time just said, that's rubbish. Can't happen, can't work. Just cars, right? So that changed me, and it got me liking Dutch bicycles. But living back here in the US, for me, they're not feasible. We have too much sprawl, uphills, downhills, bad infrastructure to climb. So I needed electric, but I still wanted as upright and utilitarian as possible, so that's what got me into cargo bikes, and electric cargo bikes specifically, and now that is my thing, my jam, my specialty, and I love them. But again, I don't love bikes to love bikes. If I lived in the Netherlands, I probably wouldn't. Sorry. So they've cleared this up to here, but they didn't clear that path to go that way. But by God, that Strode is clear, and they didn't clear that either. Alright, so we can go to the other side. It looks like they maybe cleared that. We'll try. Anyway, if I lived in the Netherlands, I probably wouldn't ride a bike that much. I'd probably walk more, take trains and trams. I'm not a bus guy. I don't like buses. I don't have anything against them. I just don't enjoy them. But trains and trams, yeah. And walking's nice too. But I'm here in the US and sprawl and all, so it's either car or, for me, electric cargo bike. Man, I'm not going to be able to turn this without getting off the bike, I don't think. I can try. Nope, I had to put my foot down. I can do it when the infrastructure's clear, but it's not. So, it sucks. So yeah, Carmel has a lot of good things going for it, but they don't clear their multi-use path network as diligently as they do their car roads, that's for sure. This is a motorist city, and they dabble in bikes and walking. Oh boy, so I'm looking at the multi-use path that we need to go get on. Looks like it's only half cleared, but we'll do what we gotta do. I'm gonna keep the camera face forward because I can't mess with it right now. I'm going downhill and it's very slick. And we have to turn the corner to the left here on the downhill. Yeah, see, that guy with the plow came through here earlier. He could have got off and done this side shoot, but they like to only do the bare minimum of, oh, this is all we handle. Oh, man. Yeah, this isn't good. Sorry for all the sniffing. You know how it goes. This not enjoyable right now. Not having a good time. Look how clean that strode is. They clear car roads to make it so motorists can go as fast as possible, but they don't hardly clear bike and pedestrian infrastructure just so people can go. Yep, this is gonna suck. Fuck. I always try to make these episodes. I try turning the camera. I always try to make these episodes as with as clean of language as possible, but I can tell that that's gonna be difficult here. Oh, jeez. This is ridiculous. The other ridiculous thing about this strode here is that it divides two townships. So right now we're on the Westfield, Indiana side, and on the other side of that strode is Carmel. And so whenever you contact either one of them to come clear these things, there's always confusion. Oh, well, which side of the road are you on? Oh, well, that belongs to so-and-so township, and you'd have to contact them. It shouldn't be this way. I mean, do motorists have to get on their phone and say, hey, this street isn't cleared. Who am I supposed to report this to? No, their streets are just cleared. Not for us. Man, this sucks. You should see what we're plowing through. I can't imagine that you can see it behind me. face forward so you can see the rest. We're almost to Best Buy. We'll be there in a minute or two. Man, this is horse crap. Carmel and Westfield, you two need to do better. Because right now you suck. I mean, look at this. Nobody's come along to clear this big pile. Jesus. Now I'll sit here, stuck in the snow. Let's take in this horse crap. Oh, geez. So I've pushed the beg button, and now I'm just gonna have to sit here forever and wait. Even whenever the light tells me to go, I'm still in danger. Yeah, now we're gonna let these people go. Because, you know, they're cold and not sheltered and Is it gonna let me go now? No. You know what? This is how people get killed, because you force them into doing shit like this with your traffic engineering. It's ridiculous. I hate this country. It's a reoccurring message you're gonna hear from me if you're either new to the channel or a long time watcher. So here we are at Best Buy. Car hell. And I don't know if they've done away with curbside pickup. What the hell? I don't know what's going on, but I have an order for curbside, so I'll tell them I'm here. They don't have bike as an option, so I had to select other. I arrived on other. So I don't think this video is going to convince anybody that riding their bike for an errand in winter in Carmel is a good idea. And that's not my fault, that's Carmel's fault. And Westfield's fault. I wonder if anybody's actually going to bring my order out. Because again, they've covered up these signs with bags. But I was still able to place an order for curbside and check in online about it. Yeah, somebody's coming. Howdy.
Got a 4-digit number?
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't even know you guys were gonna bring it out.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yep, you have a good one.
You too. Here it is, Apple AirTag. All right. So, well, I guess let's keep the video going. My last one, I cut off the video when I got to my destination, but then I had some people say, oh, I would have watched the ride back. So, we'll do the ride back. You want to see how we get out of here? It sucks. It sucks. We have to do more of that stuff where we take safety into our own hands. And yeah, so the sidewalk that I would use there is not cleared to leave. Just cut across. Jeez. That is messed up. I gotta walk the bike through this garbage. Oi. Tell you what, I am rather pissed off right now. Sorry everybody who was hoping for a happy-go-lucky Fietsen video. Well, you can see my tire track. Oh my god, I hate stroads. Cars ruin everything. Cars ruin cities. Cars kill people. Cars kill the planet. Cars pollute. Okay. And you know what? I get it. I understand why so many Americans think, ride a bike, what are you, nuts? Because even in the best of conditions, it's not always great. Or should I say it's not always good in the best of conditions, let alone what I'm doing right now. People don't have time for this. They don't have the patience. They don't have the physical ability or the skill. Whatever. There's a whole list of reasons why people can't do what I'm doing at this very moment. Valid reasons. And I don't expect everybody to do this, but I expect anyone who does want to be able to easily, safely, efficiently, and enjoyably. Cripes. This is... I don't even know. And the thing is, I'm discouraged to even call and report any of this because the laundry list of places that people would need to go do work is so long. It wouldn't just be one phone call, it'd be a headache. Again, this is something that motorists never have to think about. They don't have to worry about. I don't know why I bother advocating. This country is a lost cause. Somebody would have to bomb the entirety of the United States off of the map so that we would have a blank slate to start over. God. If you're from the area and you have any connection with leadership, send them this video and let them see what it is that people outside of cars go through, because I have no doubt that anybody in leadership that you would send it to only rides a bike for recreation occasionally. they never try it for transportation. They come over here to the Monon and they're like, oh, the Monon's beautiful, it's so nice and sheltered from cars and maintained. Well, that's great, but the Monon can only do so much. People need to go to businesses, other people's homes, goods and services. And I think that spending money on non-car infrastructure that doesn't go anywhere is damn near a waste of money. Don't attack me for that. Sure, we need places to do some recreation, but we should just be getting our exercise and recreation in the gym of life within our cities that has safe and equitable infrastructure, and not have to seek out some secluded trail that takes you nowhere. Can I stop complaining now? How about we take a minute and stop complaining? Now, we also need to stop and take a photo to use for the YouTube thumbnail. So, you get to be in that photo and see how it's taken. I think on this curve up here, I don't have anybody coming behind me. I gotta make sure nobody's coming in front of me. Yeah, I don't see anybody. So let's turn the urban arrow sideways. Shit. There's a bike coming. I gotta wait for them to clear. Alright. I'll wait for this person to get by, of course. Nobody coming from behind. Hi. Don't say hi, whatever. Jesus Christ, people. Just stare at me like I'm an idiot. How about that? Okay, let's get this photo out of the way. One more for good measure. This is how it's done. All right, did you guys smile? No? You jerked me like that guy was who ignored my hi, just stared at me and kept writing. Somebody's gonna get mad at me in the comments about that. I don't care, don't waste your time. I'm not particularly outgoing. But if somebody says hi to me, I say hi back. Enough about it. Gonna quit thinking about it. All right. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. We've talked about what I'm wearing to stay warm, why we're on the ride. We've done a bunch of complaining about the poor winter maintenance. I don't know. Probably most of the viewers have fallen off by now anyway, as they do. I'm not exactly a hard-hitting entertainer on YouTube. Hit a very, very niche crowd and subject. Oh, look over here to the right. A little late, but new housing right next to the trail, so trail access. And if they work in Carmel, It's a simple little ride. We're getting quite a bit of that, actually. There's townhouses popping up next to the trail, which is great. This would be a good photo too. You know what? Let's stop here and take one more photo, because we might use that for the thumbnail instead. Okay, nobody's coming. Turn the camera. If you didn't smile the first time, maybe you can smile this time. I think that might be better. I'll get one more photo for the Twitter and the Mastodon. You guys like to see a bit of a preview of where the video is going to be at. All right, now let's get out of here. Yellow snow everywhere. Dogs. And now we're going through the tunnel. It goes under a highway. Is my mic still there? Yes, good. Oh, you like my hat? This hat's great. I can't recommend these things enough. I got it at a German winter market in Minnetonka, Minnesota, when we lived up there. It was pretty pricey, and I kind of thought, oh, was that a good use of my money? But I've been using this for multiple winters now, and it keeps my head toasty and my ears warm. And ultimately, that's the point of a winter hat. And if I get a little warm, then I just unclip it and let the sides fly free. But yeah, don't skimp on important items, such as what you wear to enable you to ride in winter. If something's expensive, and justifiably so, then spend the money, because it will help you. Without the certain things that I've invested in and bought, I wouldn't be able to ride as often as I do, and would have to take a car. So again, money well spent on certain things, and it pays for itself by you not using or needing a car, right? Right, Brandon. Very well said. Okay, so we're doing that little short detour off the Monon on what's normally a good multi-use path, but just mediocre today. There's a school bus. For the people not from the United States, yes, the yellow school buses are real, not just in the movies. And I just say that because, my wife's from Brazil, and people don't know how to use roundabouts. Amazing. My wife's from Brazil, and we've had Brazilians say to us, so, are those yellow school buses real, or are they just in the movies? No, they are real. Okay. Oh, gosh. I don't mean to toot my own horn or jinx myself, but most people would have fallen by now. guess I'm good at something. Or decent. There's a bunch of good boys on a leash behind me. Or good girls, I don't know. Doggos. We're back on the Monon now. Just about a kilometer from Carmel. Half a kilometer. 3/4 of a kilometer. Do I hear 2, 3, 4? No. We're almost there. And once we get somewhere on Monon Boulevard, we'll probably terminate the ride there. So I hope you had fun. Oh boy, what a thing. I hope you had fun listening to me complain for however long we've been going for, 41 minutes. But it is justifiable complaining, some bad maintenance, inequitable treatment of our infrastructure. But that's not a news headline here, that's just everyday. Everyday news, nobody's surprised. Socialism for motorists, but not for the rest of us. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. What I'm saying. Not the actual principle of it. Anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a real glimpse into what it's like here trying to ride in winter. We have a long way to go, and I think the only thing that's going to help us will be warmer winters due to climate change, which is absolutely to say, but the US will never do good winter maintenance. So I guess we just need less snow and ice, huh? How dystopian is that of me? What are you doing? What the fuck is your problem? Make eye contact, bicycles. Were you guys able to make eye contact with her? I could only make out that it was possibly a her in there, but that's about it. But far be it for me to assume. And that's not a rare occurrence at that crossing on Main Street. Quite regularly clogged with cars of all shapes and sizes, causing a problem for people. We're on Monon Boulevard by Midtown. Just letting you see it as we go past it. Keep the camera like this. We will keep going for about another minute or two and then stop the video when we get up by the Palladium. Nobody at the playground. Well, somebody's been there. Or, no, maybe. Looked like footsteps all over it. There's some doggos that wish they were in a cargo bike. Wish our human would buy us a cargo bike so we didn't have to walk. I hear you, doggos, I hear you. Completely acclimated now, so my face is somewhat frozen and comfortable. The rest of me is warm. My feet and hands are warm, especially thanks to those hand and foot warmers. These things we're riding under are all lit up with Christmas lights, but holiday lights, but you can't see them, obviously. All right. Another tunnel. Hotel Carmichael on the left. It's nice, but overpriced. Palladium on the right. Some Civic Theater over there too. I don't know why they're going so hardcore and clearing all this when the multi-use paths suck. But what do I know? Lots of construction happening. All right. Let's stop it here. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was extra long, and if you stuck around this long, I'm particularly thankful for you. I'll see you next time. Bye.